Fred Okengo Matiang'i must be a very proud man this morning, because in the 3 wards that we had by election in Kisii, he has delivered the entire 3 wards. Despite the heavy resources that were invested by the UDA team, Matiang'i has not just only won, he has won with a very huge margin. And this now is a clear indicator that Matiang'i is the undisputed kingpin of the Kisii region. And anybody who's going to go against Fred Okengo Matiang'i in 2027 is likely to experience the same fate. Ladies and gentlemen, before we go into what is likely to happen in 2027, let me just give you the results of these by-elections from the Kisii region. We had 3 wards, Nyamira, Ekerenyo, and Nyansiongo. And in Nyamira, Osiemo, who was the UPA candidate, got 4790 votes, while the UDA candidate got 1357. And that's a clear big defeat of about 3,000 votes in an award, which is a very huge margin. In Ekerenyo, Jeremiah Ongaro won with 3,500 votes, while UDA candidate Amenya came in with 2292 votes, and also which is a very huge clear margin in an MCA post, about 1,300 votes, which is also a good defeat. The last one is Nyansiongo, where the PDP candidate Jackson Mogusu won in that post. And this is where, remember, Nyansiongo is where Matiang'i was trying to tell the people that this is my own place, don't disappoint me. And the people of the Kisii region have proven her point, that in 2027 they are going to fully back behind Fred Okengo Matiang'i. And the results we have seen is a clear indicator that Fred Okengo Matiang'i is a voice to a voice that the people of the Kisii region are really following and are yet listening to. Remember that Fred Okengo Matiang'i never did such a huge campaigns. He made about 2 visits to these wards, talked to the people and told them that the results from this MCA post were going to show his strength to the nation, was going to give an image or to an indicator to the nation of what the people of Kisii region are saying about Fred Okengo Matiang'i. And it's now a good reference point that Fred Okengo Matiang'i is the undisputed kingpin of the Kisii region. And the people who must go to the drawing board, the likes of Silvano Sosoro and the entire team that was supporting the UDA candidates in these various wards. We saw them move in and out. We saw a lot of some other people saying, making threats that there is no way that Matiang'i was going to win, even in his own backyard. But the people have proven a point that despite the entire resources that were used, despite the monies that have been distributed, despite the entire things that were being given in these wards, the people have gone back to their own son and have supported Fred Okengo Matiang'i. Ladies and gentlemen, what does this have to say about the Kisii voting patterns in 2027? Remember that in Kisii, come 2027, Matiang'i is going now to use the Jubilee Party as his party for the 2027 election, and especially in the member of parliaments and in the governor and in the senatorial races, the people who are going to be aligned with Fred Okengo Matiang'i are likely to win, or are going to win this election, because if Matiang'i is going to use the same int, talking to the people and telling the people that these are my people, kindly don't disappoint me by voting by certain people. And I want to give you a good reference point. As we're speaking today, an example that you can point to is let's use our current governor of Kisii County, that's Simba Arati, who is a deputy party leader in the ODM party. If Simba Arati is going to insist that he's going to run with the ODM party for his re-election as the Kisii governor, and of course, remember that Jubilee will have to have a governor in that county, that's in Kisii County, because if Matiang'i will be running under Jubilee and then Simba Arati will not be in his party, that's the Jubilee party, then it entirely means that Jubilee will have a candidate, and that's not going to be the candidate of Fred Okengo Matiang'i. And it's going to be a hard nut for Simba Arati to win or to get re-elected if, in any case, he is going to run in ODM party, where the Jubilee party will be having a candidate who will be affiliated to Fred Okengo Matiang'i. And that's one of the repercussions that's going to happen if Matiang'i comes out and talks to the people and tells him that these are my people, don't disappoint me. And this points back to what happened during the Nyachaya time when he was running for presidency. The Ford Kenya party won the entire of almost entire of the Kisii post, and it's likely to happen even in the member of parliament post. What is going to happen? Another example is what's likely to happen in South Mugrango post where Silvanus Osoro comes from. It's also going to be add task there trying to get re-elected, because even the results we have seen from the MCS post, if Matiang'i is going to move into these constituencies, if he is going to campaign for his people, if and I want to pose for you a question if you're coming from the Kisii region and even specifically these constituencies. If Matiang'i goes to these constituencies and here there's a UDA candidate against a Jubilee candidate, remember that in this contest it will be UDA that will be supporting President Ruto's re-election, while maybe Matiang'i will also be running for presidency from the Jubilee party. The people of Kisii will prefer to support Matiang'i, and the Matiang'i wave is really going to cause a lot of troubles for certain or specific candidates in the Kisii region come 2027. But as we speak today, Matiang'i has emerged victorious and delivered the entire of the ward elections in Kisii County, and it's approved that the people of Kisii listen to him. But on the other results is that a disappointment to the entire opposition team, including Matiang'i, because their candidates in Malava and in Mbere North have lost the by-elections that were happening there. Of course, the UDA candidate in Malava that winning that election, and Dakwa winning that election, while in the UDA candidate in Mbere North, Leonardo Wamtende, winning the by-election in Mbere North against Newton Karish, who was the popular opposition candidate, and the one that we saw Rigathi Gachagua investing a lot of time trying to campaign for him, trying to push for him to win. But it was unfortunate that the UDA candidates in both Mbere North and Malava constituencies have won against opposition candidates. But of course, the other election that happened is in Kasipul, where the ODM party also emerged victorious. Boyd Were, the 27-year-old young man, being elected as the MP-elect for the Kasipul constituencies against Otete. Otete, who was the independent candidate who came second with about 8,000 votes thereabout, while Boyd Were had about 16,000 thereabout votes. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an interesting race and an interesting lesson for the politicians to learn and strategize for the 2027 general election. Otherwise, we'll be hearing what the opposition will be saying and the government will be saying, or the team that was supporting the UDA aspirants will be saying regarding the by-elections that have happened. Have a nice day, stay safe whenever you are, and don't forget to subscribe. Let's meet next time.